Welcome. It's the Real Estate Show. Welcome to the Real Estate Show. My name is Rick Naples. I'm the owner-broker of Zone Realty LLC with the slogan, "You zone your home." We're located and licensed in Connecticut. Welcome. It's a word that I've used dozens of times, more than dozens of times. I always use it when I welcome you in watching the Real Estate Show. It's an interesting word. What is welcome? I mean, how's it used? What does it actually mean? And how do you make the buyers feel welcome when they come into your home when you've put it on the market for sale? And how does a buyer feel welcomed when they come to your home, when they're coming to look at it and maybe going to make an offer to purchase it? It's a whole concept. It's a greeting that we use that says a lot in one word. It says that we're open, we're willing, we're accepting. We are greeting someone or entity or business or whatever it might be to come in and join us in whatever journey we plan to go forward with. We're welcoming them. Welcome, a big word with a lot of meaning. Now let's talk about how do you make your home feel welcome? Well, there's a number of different ways of doing that. You know, when you walk around your home, does it feel like a home? Or is it just a house? Are there things around your house that are neutral enough where anybody coming in for a visit would feel comfortable? In other words, have you not over-personalized your home where somebody who comes into the house feels that they're not welcome in the home? Now, let me give you a couple of examples of that. Let's say, and I've talked about this on the Real Estate Show before, let's say you're a collector and you have a specific type of collection that you do. It could be science fiction collections, kind of sort of like what I like. Could be artwork, could be who knows what. I mean, certain people who collect certain things, they collect and sometimes they over-collect whatever items or genre they happen to be into. Sometimes we tend to go a little bit overboard. I've told a story in some of the classes that I've taught over the years, and I may have told it on the Real Estate Show. We've been doing this show now for so many years that I'd have to review the tapes to see if I ever told this particular story. But I had an individual putting their house up for sale, and they were into antique dolls. They had quite a collection. They must have had, I don't know, 500, 600, 700 dolls throughout the house. I mean, every single room of the house had antique dolls displayed on shelves, sitting on chairs, even laying out on a coffee table. Just everywhere you looked. And even in the kitchen. She had a few of them spread on the kitchen counter. The problem with that is some people are uncomfortable with all those sets of eyes looking at them. Sometimes, in fact, I had one buyer say to me, they were wondering if there was a camera hidden in one of the dolls, so they were very self-conscious. There wasn't a feeling of being welcomed into that home. It was more like, let's be very cautious. It was also a distraction. If a buyer comes into your home and they're looking at it as a possibility of something that they want to put an offer in for themselves, that they're going to live there, You need to make them feel that this home can be theirs. You want them to be able to see corner to corner, as the inspectors say. You want them to be able to imprint their own ideas, their own images throughout the house as they walk through. You want them to feel welcome. Now, there's a couple of other things that you can do as a seller to make a buyer feel that feeling of welcomeness. One of the things that we've talked about many times here on the Real Estate Show is curb appeal. What can you do to the front of your house, to your front lawn, that makes it attractive to the street? Now, we've talked here on the Real Estate Show several times about how sometimes buyers, they'll look at the different websites and they'll see a home that's for sale and they see all the glorious, beautiful pictures that are posted and they read all the data and the description, but they still want to get in the car and take a drive out to the neighborhood and drive by the property that's for sale, just to kind of check things out. And as a realtor for many, many years and showing hundreds of houses over my career, many times I've seen a picture of a house and pictures of a yard and so on and so forth and thought, wow, that's pretty, that's nice. And then we've gone out to the house and it's located in an area that's not so appealing, because realtors tend to take the best pictures they can, or they hire a professional photographer to showcase the house, not necessarily the neighbor's house is next door or what's across the street or so on and so forth. So a lot of people will do these drive-bys. And you want them to come on out and drive by your home and kind of slow down if they can, if it's safe, and look at the house and say, wow, that's a pretty house. That house looks like it's something we want to actually go inside and take a look. Let's make an appointment to go take a look at that specific house. So how can you do that? How can you accomplish that? What can you do to accomplish that curb appeal? Well, one of the first exercises to do as a seller is to go out into your front yard, cross the street if it's safe, and stand at the curb directly across from your house and look at it. What does it say to you? Does it say to you, buy me, I'm a great looking house, you want to live here? Or does it say, I need a little bit of work, I'm a little unkept, I need attention? You want to scrutinize it. Maybe have a friend that you trust or a relative that you trust do that exercise. It's important that you keep the house very well manicured. If it needs to be painted, by all means, paint it. If you can't afford to paint the whole house, one of the tricks is to just paint the front door of the house, paint the windowsills, give it a little bit of a fresh look. It's almost like if you've ever been in a hurry and you want to showcase your car, one of the quick tricks that car salespeople will do to make a car look really good is they'll shine the tires. They wash the tires and they put some shine on the tires. And because the tires look brand new and all shiny, the eye is distracted from any dirt or scratches or anything that's on the car. It's the same thing with your house. You want your house to give a presentation that makes it look like, I don't need a lot of work. I'm welcoming. Come on into my house. And this is where it's important to really pay attention to the landscaping of the house. If you have a tree that needs a little bit of trimming or maybe needs to go away, you have some bushes or flowers or stonework or mulch or walkways or whatever it might be, you want to make sure that those are nice and clean. I've had people go so far as to hire a landscaping company to come in and groom their front yard. Now, of course, they'll have the backyard done too, because you just don't want to pay for the front yard, but they'll have the front yard groomed. In other words, everything's all trimmed. The driveway's nice and sharp and clean. I even suggested one time on the Real Estate Show that one of the camera tricks that I've used, if it's a very hot day, sometimes if you take the garden hose and you wet everything down, including the driveway and the walks, it comes out a little bit better in the picture. Again, it's presentation. It's what can I do that makes this home appealing to someone that's driving by that would want to come in. You want that feeling of, come on, come see me. You're welcome. This addresses the front walk. Take a moment to walk to the front of your house. Can you go from the driveway or from the road or whatever to your home unimpeded? Is there anything in the way? Do you have any lawn orientations or bushes that are overgrown and kind of impeding on the sidewalk? Are the railings in good shape where someone can come up the stairs and go to the front door? Realtors tend to like to use the main entrance of a home to showcase the home, and it says a lot. We've done shows in the past on the front door of the house, the color, the shape of it, how it's presented. Does it make people think that I want to see what's on the other side of that door? Screen doors, storm doors, those are important. Are they in good shape? And so on and so forth. The whole idea here is to give the impression that the property and the house are welcoming people to come in, take a look, and make an offer. Let's take a quick look at this little presentation, and I'm going to be back to talk to the buyer and the feelings of the buyer as far as feeling welcomed. Welcome. A definition. Welcome. An instant or manner of greeting someone. It is used to greet someone in a glad or friendly way. To greet the arrival of a guest with pleasure or kindly courtesy. To accept with pleasure. Regard as pleasant or good. To welcome a change. In real estate, the concept of welcome can help a person make a decision to buy. Sellers must make the home welcoming to a buyer. Buyers must feel welcome in order to buy. The Cambridge English Dictionary adds, welcome, to be pleased about or encouraged or support something. As an adjective, welcome can be described as a feeling such as one whose arrival gives pleasure, agreeable. This little word has big meaning. Businesses of all types go to great lengths to make potential customers feel welcome. Realtors can help a seller do the things to make their home feel welcoming to potential buyers. Buyer will not buy if they don't feel welcome. Welcome, a definition presented by Rick Naples, real estate broker, Zone Realty LLC, licensed in Connecticut, 860-385-2218. I'm talking about the concept of welcome. What welcome is, what that feeling is, especially when it comes to real estate. Buyers are out there to purchase a home for their family, someplace that they're going to settle and either raise a family or continue raising a family. They may be buying because of price range. They could be buying because of location. There's a number of arrays of why a buyer would be buying your home. The buyer wants to have a feeling that this home is going to work for them, that this home is someplace they want to live. They want to be able to come into the home and imprint, as I said before, their impression, their ideas on the home. Now, realistically, if you're a seller and you're selling your home, you're probably still living there. It's full of furniture, it's full of your stuff, and so on and so forth. So you want to kind of minimize. If you have oversized furniture, I always suggest take that out of the house, put it into storage, or move it to the next place if you've already bought another place, or sell it or whatever, in order to open up rooms and make rooms look bigger. Look at the corners of the room. You want your buyer to be able to see corner to corner, as I said earlier. You want the buyer to be able to look at the house and say, oh, that looks like it will fit our furniture. Bedrooms. You want the buyers to go up and look at the bedrooms and say, hey, that will fit our bed, that will fit our bureau. You want them to be able to look at the walls and feel, hey, wouldn't that look nice if we did this on this wall, or let's paint this wall that color, or whatever it might be. You want them to get involved and feel welcome as they're coming into the home. You don't want the buyer to come into your home and feel like they're intruding on you, that they're getting into your business, they're getting into your privacy. I told another story on the real estate show that I showed a condo one time, and this particular condo had a single stairwell that went up to the second floor. And sometimes when you have those stairwells that go up to the second floor, because of the floor plan, you have that very long wall, that you see when you're coming down the stairs. There's a very long wall that's kind of in front of you. And some people will put some, a painting or some kind of architectural design or something on that wall just to kind of break it up and make it look nice as you're coming down the stairs. Well, this particular individual put a painting on that wall, and it happened to be an artist's rendition of his wife. And there's nothing unusual about that, but she had posed in the nude. So there's this picture, life-size, of the wife on the wall in the nude there when the buyer's coming in to look at the condo to possibly purchase. Talk about a feeling of invading somebody's privacy or feeling unwelcome or being distracted. So you don't want to have anything like that out on display, obviously. The buyer needs to have that feeling that this is going to work for them. And you need to try and do everything that you can to make them feel welcomed. Now, there's a whole kind of discussion on making the home feel like a home, not a house, like a home. And you can do this through staging techniques. Realtors are great as far as helping stage a house, telling the seller what to remove, what to keep, how to make the counters look bigger, and so on and so forth. You could also do it through scents. Sometimes during the holidays, I've seen people put out, things that are smell like Christmas, pine scents and so on and so forth. I don't recommend candles. You never want to leave a candle burning in a house when nobody's there. That's not a good idea. I've seen people do it through decorations. I've even seen people go so far as to make sure that the living room rugs or the bedroom rugs are vacuumed, so you have the nice lines on the rugs. Gives us a sense that the house is very clean. Just a lot of different techniques, simple little things that can be done to make the home feel welcome. Let's take a quick look at this presentation, and I'll be back with some final thoughts on the idea of making your home and feeling that a home is welcome. How to feel welcome. There are many ways to make a feeling that says welcome. First, of course, is the word welcome. But it's more than just the word. To feel welcome, it must be accompanied by some sort of action. This can be done visually or verbally. Verbally is done when you greet someone. Like when a realtor says, "Welcome to our open house." Verbally is also used to start something, to invite someone in somewhere or place. Like when I say, "Welcome to the real estate show." Sellers can say welcome to buyers visually, paying attention to curb appeal and home decor. If a potential buyer feels welcome, they are most likely to buy. Visually, this is done by making the home open so they can imprint themselves on it. Sellers want buyers to feel they can live in the home. Changing up decor can accomplish this. Think, do I feel welcome here in this place? Welcome. It's a word, a feeling, and can cause an action. Welcome is the beginning of a new start. Welcome. A feeling presented by Rick Naples, broker of Zone Realty LLC, licensed in Connecticut, 860-385-2218. I'm talking here on this real estate show about welcome. What is welcome? How is it defined? Well, it's a way of us expressing that we are accepting of someone or a company or whatever it might be, of coming in and joining with us on our journey. We're welcoming them. Welcome can be done verbally, it can be done without words, it can even be in written form, like a contract. You know, if a contract is written and it's got well explained terms to it, you tend to be less likely to be apprehensive about signing that. If something is explained to you fully, you tend to have the knowledge and the confidence to go ahead and move forward with that idea or that contract or whatever you're planning to do. When a home comes up for sale, it's important that the seller does everything that they can to make the home open and welcoming to potential buyers. And as I said, curb appeal is very important, making sure that the rooms can be seen from corner to corner, making sure the house is clean and orderly, and removing any personal items. I'm not saying you have to completely strip all the walls in the house, but I am saying, you don't want to have things that are out on display that you've had in your home maybe for years. Just a little side comment about this. I once sold a house and it was very pretty, had some very nice artwork throughout the house, and the folks had lived there for many, 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 many years. And the day that we were getting ready to close, I took my buyer and we went to do the walkthrough through the house. And of course the house was now vacant because the seller had moved everything out. And the first thing we saw when we walked in is the shadows of what was in the house. In other words, there was a painting on the wall and it had been there for many, many years. And when it was removed, you could still see the outline of where the painting was because the wall behind it was cleaner than the wall around it. I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about when I talk about shadows. You can also see the shadowing that sometimes when people have baseboard radiators, just the dust, sometimes gets involved with the heat in the wintertime, and you'll get the slight look of like a black shadow that looks like it's coming up from all the radiators. So it's important that you don't want the buyer now to kind of start having second thoughts because now they're coming in seeing the home vacant and they're seeing, oh, now we're going to have to repaint, now we're going to have to clean. So sometimes you want to do a little bit of a check before you actually make it open so that the buyer can come and do their final walkthrough. You may have to do a little extra cleaning or whatever it might be in order to remedy those situations. Welcome is a concept that both the seller and the buyer have in common. It's a concept that if that welcoming feeling is not there, it's not going to motivate someone to go the next step. If someone feels unwelcome, or someone feels like they're imposing, or they feel like this is not going to work for me, they have that response of, I need to leave, they're not feeling welcome. They're not feeling relaxed. They're not going to go the next step and make that offer on that home. You want to make sure that you do everything you possibly can to make the buyer feel welcome in your home. And as a seller, you want to do what you can do to make sure that people have that welcoming feeling when they come to see it. My name is Rick Naples, and this has been The Real Estate Show I thank you very much for watching, and next time, we'll be welcome.
Step into our store and discover a stunning array of dancewear. Introducing Dancingly Yours, your one-stop shop for all things dance and delight for ages 2 to 92. From tiny tutus to energetic tap shoes, our store is a treasure trove of dance essentials. At Dancingly Yours, we offer an extensive collection of dancewear and accessories that cater to all styles and levels. We carry top brands and the latest fashion trends. From ballet to hip-hop, lyrical to jazz, ballroom to liturgical, as well as gymnastics, you'll find the best selection right here at Dancingly Yours. But we're not just a store. We're a community that celebrates the joy of dance. Our expert team is passionate about dance, just like you. So we're here to assist you in finding the perfect fit. And the best part, Dancingly Yours offers competitive pricing in-store and online. Dancingly Yours, easy to get to, and worth the trip from anywhere, right on Route 10 in Plainville.
I'm your host, Kurt Barwis. Today, I have a very special guest, Dr. Andrew Lynn.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Veterans Corner. My name's Chuck Wooden.
Decision for ourselves for this week, if we want to be made well.
Hi, welcome to the crack of dawn. It's Dawn Lombardi. I'm starting the painting. It's going to be the cliffs with some water. Love it.
He took me on the sets of Lost in Space, Batman.
Everybody has a story. What's yours? Until next time.